The night was quiet. The wind moved through the trees like whispers. Liam Walker sat alone outside his small cabin, deep in the forest. The stars above were bright, and the air was cold. He wrapped his jacket tighter and sipped hot tea from an old metal cup. Then, something strange happened. A flash tore across the sky. It wasn't a normal shooting star. This one glowed bright blue and left a trail of smoke behind it. It moved fast, too fast, and then curved downward. A loud boom followed, shaking the ground beneath Liam's feet. He stood up quickly. "What was that?" he whispered. Liam grabbed a flashlight and his thick coat. He lived alone, a few miles away from town. There were no neighbors nearby. He followed the smoke trail through the trees, stepping carefully over rocks and fallen branches. As he got closer, the air smelled like burnt metal. Then he saw it. In a small clearing, something had crashed. A silver ship, the size of a car, lay broken between the trees. It had no wings, no wheels, just a smooth surface with glowing blue lines. Part of it was smoking. Sparks flew from its side. Liam's heart raced. This wasn't a plane. It wasn't anything human. He stepped closer. The front of the ship had a crack. Slowly, a small door opened with a hiss. Inside, he saw movement. A girl. She crawled out and fell onto the cold grass. She was not human. Her skin was light gray, almost silver. Her eyes were large and bright purple, glowing slightly in the dark. She had no hair. Strange patterns ran across her arms like tattoos that moved with the light. She looked up at Liam with wide eyes. Her body shivered. She wore a tight, torn suit that was ripped at one shoulder. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. She was scared, hurt, cold. Liam froze. He didn't know what to say. This was not a dream. She was real. She looked like a child, maybe 15 or 16 in human years. She didn't try to attack. She just curled up, holding her arm, shivering from the cold night air. Liam slowly took off his backpack. From it, he pulled out a thick old wool blanket. He stepped forward slowly. "Here," he said softly. "You're freezing." The alien girl looked at the blanket, then at him. Her glowing eyes widened. Liam knelt down beside her. Gently, he placed the blanket over her shoulders. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the girl stared at the blanket, like it was something sacred. Her fingers touched the fabric slowly, then tightened around it. Her hands trembled, not from the cold, but from something else. Emotion. Liam tried to smile, even though his heart was pounding. "You're safe now," he said. "No one's going to hurt you." The alien girl stared at him for a long moment. Then, slowly, she moved. She got on her knees, still wrapped in the blanket. Then she did something Liam never expected. She bowed her head low and touched it to the ground in front of him. Her hands stretched forward, palms open, fingers splayed. Liam blinked. "What are you doing?" The girl spoke in a soft, broken voice. Her accent was strange, but her words were clear enough. "You give warmth," she said. "You choose me." "Choose you?" Liam asked, confused. "I just gave you a blanket." She looked up, her glowing eyes full of emotion. "On my world," she said slowly, "to give warmth means life bond. You protect. I belong to you now." Liam's mouth fell open. "Wait, no, that's not. I was just trying to help." "You were cold." The girl placed her hand over her chest. "You help. You give. That is choosing. Now I protect you." He took a step back. "You don't have to do that." The alien girl shook her head. "I must." Liam didn't know what to say. Everything about this was overwhelming. Just hours ago, he was fixing old tractors and reading books by the fireplace. Now, an alien girl was kneeling in front of him, saying he had claimed her by kindness. He looked around. The forest was still. The only sound was the soft hum of the broken ship. He took a deep breath. "Okay," he said carefully. "Let's start. Over. My name's Liam. What's yours?" The girl touched her forehead with 2 fingers and then pointed at herself. "Ara," she said. Liam nodded. "Nice to meet you, Ara." He helped her to her feet. She was light, almost weightless, and her knees shook. She leaned on him for support. Her skin felt cool, like polished stone. "I have a place," Liam said. "It's warm, safe. You can rest there." Ara looked at him with those glowing eyes and nodded slowly. "I follow." Together they walked back through the forest. The stars above shined bright. Behind them, the ship lay quiet, its lights slowly fading. As they reached Liam's cabin, he opened the door and guided her inside. The fire was still glowing in the fireplace. He helped her sit down on a soft chair and wrapped another blanket around her. Ara looked around the small room. Her eyes stopped on the fire. She tilted her head, curious. Then she looked at Liam again. "You live here?" "Yeah," he said. "Just me." She touched the blanket again. "You gave this without asking anything. Why?" Liam smiled. "Because it's the right thing to do." Ara looked at the fire again, then whispered something in her language. It sounded soft, sad, beautiful. Liam sat across from her, not sure what to expect next. But she didn't speak. She just watched him, studying him like he was something rare. That night, something strange began. Not just between a boy and an alien girl, but between 2 lives from different stars, connected by one small act of kindness, and neither of them knew yet that someone else was coming, someone dangerous, and they were already watching. The fire crackled softly inside Liam's small cabin. Shadows danced on the wooden walls, and the warmth filled the room. Ara sat wrapped in the blanket he gave her, watching the flames with wide eyes. Liam sat across from her, still trying to understand everything. She wasn't just an alien. She believed he had claimed her by giving her warmth. On her world, that meant something important. A bond, a promise, and now she was here, in his cabin, saying she belonged to him. He rubbed his forehead, trying to make sense of it all. Ara looked at him suddenly. "Why are you confused?" Liam gave her a small smile. "Because where I come from, giving a blanket is just kindness. It's not a life bond." She tilted her head. "But you saw I was weak, cold, hurt. You gave comfort." "That's just what people do when they care," Liam said. Ara leaned forward slightly. "On my planet, warmth is rare. Our sun is distant. Cold means danger. If someone shares their warmth, it means they will protect you, even from death." Liam sat back thinking. "Wow, that's different." She nodded. "You gave me warmth. Now I protect you. That is our law." Liam laughed softly. "That's a lot of responsibility for a blanket." But Ara didn't laugh. She was serious. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dim room. "You saved me. Now I save you." Liam looked at her carefully. "Ara, you don't have to do this. You're not a prisoner. You're free." She shook her head. "Not a prisoner, a bond friend. Very strong, very old," he sighed. "Okay, we'll figure this out together." Suddenly, her eyes narrowed. She sat up straight, her head turned toward the window. "What is it?" Liam asked. "I hear machines." Liam stood and walked to the window. He looked outside, but it was too dark. "Stay here," he said. "I'll check." "No," she said firmly, standing up. "If there are machines, they are Zoran. They are hunting me." Liam turned. "Zoran?" Ara nodded slowly. "They destroy small worlds. They chase my people. We are called Nirel, We run from them. Always running. Liam stepped closer. Are they the ones who shot down your ship? Yes, she said. They came while we were hiding in the asteroid field. They caught my scout ship. I crashed here. Her voice was quiet now. I thought I was alone. Liam felt anger rise in his chest. You're not alone now. Ara's eyes softened. You are very strange for your kind. Thanks, Liam said with a half smile. She looked serious. Again. You must understand. If the Zoran are near, your world is in danger. Why? They want you, not us. They do not leave witnesses, Ara said coldly. They come with scanners, then soldiers, then harvesters. They erase everything. Liam's chest tightened. We have to warn someone. No, Ara said quickly. If your leaders act too soon, the Zoran will strike faster. They scan for transmissions. Liam looked toward the small radio set, near his desk. Then what do? We hide, she said. I know how to block them, but we must move soon. Liam thought fast. There's an old bunker under the barn. My grandfather built it during the Cold War. It's deep underground. Ara stood straight. Good. Take me there. Liam grabbed his flashlight, opened the back door, and motioned for her to follow. Together they stepped into the cold night. The stars above seemed brighter than usual. Too bright. Ara looked up. That one, she said, pointing. That light is not a star. Liam squinted. A small blinking dot moved across the sky. A Zoran scanner, she whispered. They ran. The barn wasn't far. Liam opened the old wooden doors, pushed aside an old plow, and lifted a trapdoor in the floor. A metal ladder led down into darkness. He climbed down first and turned on the old bunker lights. Dim yellow bulbs flickered on. Ara followed, fast and silent. The bunker smelled of dust and old tools. There were shelves with canned food, 2 small cots, and a steel door that locked from inside. It's not much, Liam said, but it'll keep us hidden. Ara walked around slowly, touching the walls, then nodded. Good metal. Deep ground. This will help. She pulled out a small glowing cube from her belt. This is jammer. It will block scanners for now. She placed it in the corner. A soft hum filled the air. Liam watched her work. She moved with precision like a soldier. Were you trained for this? He asked. She paused. I was a scout, a learner. I watched other worlds, learned their languages, but then the war started. I'm sorry, Liam said. Ara looked at him, her voice low. It is not your fault, but your world must prepare. Liam sat on one of the cots. We don't even know what's out there. We think we're alone. Ara gave a faint smile. You are not alone, but you may be different. Different how? She sat across from him. Most species I met do not help others without reward. They fear strangers, but you gave me warmth for nothing. Liam shrugged. Maybe humans aren't as bad as they look. She studied him. Maybe. Suddenly there was a loud buzz. From the cube, Ara stood fast. They are close, Liam jumped up. Can they find us? Not if we stay quiet, she said. But they search wide. If they find the cabin, they will not stop. Liam thought hard. We have to hide everything. The ship, the cabin, even my footprints. Ara touched his arm gently. You are brave. Smiled nervously. I think I'm just very scared. She didn't laugh. She looked into his eyes. Fear is normal, she said. But you act. That is what matters. Liam felt something strange inside, like her words were more than just comfort. They were truth. Outside, something flew past the barn with a low hum, like a drone, silent and fast. They both went still. The cube hummed louder. They are scanning, Ara whispered. Liam whispered back. Will they go away? If they find nothing, yes. But if they detect my energy, they may send scouts. He looked at the bunker walls. Then we have to make sure they find nothing. Ara nodded. Then we prepare. And just like that, the bond between them grew stronger, not because of ancient laws or sacred gestures, but because in a dark galaxy full of fear, two strangers had found something rare: trust. The bunker was quiet, but the tension inside was thick like heavy fog. Era sat near the humming jammer cube, her glowing purple eyes locked on the screen, showing a small map of the nearby area. Red dots moved slowly toward Liam's cabin. Liam paced back and forth. How many are there? 3 scout units, Ara said calmly. They are searching on foot. Small units first. More will come if they find anything. Liam rubbed the back of his neck. We can't stay here forever, Ara looked up. You don't have to. I should leave. They want me, not you. No, Liam said, stopping. You said yourself they erase everything. If they find you, they'll come for the town next. My family, my neighbors, everyone. Ara blinked. Then we fight? Liam took a deep breath. We prepare. The next morning, the forest was quiet. Too quiet. Liam and Ara moved carefully back to the crash site. The wrecked ship still lay hidden behind broken trees. No sign of the Zorans yet, but deep, wide tracks in the dirt told Liam they had been here. He looked around. Did they scan this? Ara checked her small screen. Not yet, but they marked it. They will return. They spent the next few hours removing anything valuable from the ship. Small tools, broken energy cells, the guidance computer, which Ara said could still be used as a signal scrambler. Liam helped carry the parts back to the bunker using an old wheelbarrow from the barn. They worked without speaking much, both focused. Both knew what was coming. That evening, inside the bunker, Ara showed Liam how to build traps using her alien tech. She handed him a small disc. This is a sonic mine. It creates high-frequency shock waves. Not deadly to humans, but it will knock a Zoran to the ground. Liam smiled. That's good. I was never a fan of loud guns. Ara tilted her head. You are peaceful, but you are not weak. He blinked. Thanks, I think. They placed the sonic mines near the tree line outside the barn and buried them under leaves and dirt. Liam also rigged up old Earth-style traps, tripwires, falling nets, and a homemade flash bomb using fireworks. Back inside, they looked at the map again. The red dots were closer. Ara's face was calm, but her hands were tight around the screen. They will come tonight. Liam nodded. Then we'll be ready. Night fell again, and with it came the cold wind. But inside the bunker, the two sat together near a small heater. Liam looked at her. Why do the Zoran chase your people? Ara's voice was quiet. We are peaceful. We do not have large weapons. They take our people as workers, slaves. They destroy our history, our cities. They leave nothing behind. Liam clenched his fists. And no one stops them? Some try, Ara said. But the Zoran have strong fleets. They erase those who resist. Liam stared at the wall. That won't work here. Humans, we don't take invasion well. Ara smiled faintly. Good. There was a long silence. Then Ara said, Why did you really help me, Liam? He thought about it. Because you looked scared, hurt. And I thought, if I were in her place, I'd want someone to help me. She looked at him. That is a rare thought, even among stars. Suddenly, the jammer cube let out a low alarm. Ara snapped to her feet. They're here! Liam grabbed the pulse rifle she had given him earlier. It felt heavy and strange, but he knew how to aim it now. They moved together, quietly and quickly, out of the bunker and through a tunnel Liam had dug years ago as a kid. It opened behind a tree near the barn. They took positions. Then, the forest lit up. 3 Zoran scouts emerged from the trees. Their armor was dark and bulky, with glowing red eyes and long arms holding sleek plasma weapons. They scanned the ground, walking in stiff robotic movements. One stepped onto a buried mine. Boom! The sonic blast echoed through the trees. The scout flew backwards, slamming into a tree. The other 2 crouched and aimed. Liam fired the pulse rifle, once, twice. Bright blue beams shot out. One beam struck a scout in the chest, knocking it down. Aura moved with incredible speed. She jumped from the side and hit the 3rd scout with a shock stick, stunning it. The metal armor sparked, and the Zoran dropped. Liam ran to her. "Are you okay?" She nodded. "Yes, but more will come." This was only the first wave. They dragged the unconscious scouts into the barn and covered the evidence. Then they returned to the bunker. Liam locked the steel door. His heart was pounding. His hands were shaking. "That was the first time I ever shot someone," he said softly. Aura placed a hand on his shoulder. "You saved us both." He looked at her. "What now?" she replied. "Now we send a message." Liam shook his head. "Didn't you say transmissions would alert them?" "Yes, but Earth must know. We do it carefully, one short burst. Enough for someone to hear." Liam nodded. He turned on his old ham radio. He knew a nearby observatory had a deep space listening station. Maybe they would catch it. Together, they crafted a short message. "Unknown alien threat near Pine Valley. Non-hostile. Visitor warns of invasion. Require immediate contact." This is not a joke. They sent it once, then turned everything off. Far above Earth, in a secret station orbiting in low space, someone did hear. Project Soul Guard, a hidden human defense agency, caught the signal. A small team was dispatched quietly. Back on Earth, Liam and Aura didn't know if their message worked. But they weren't alone anymore. That night, as they sat in silence again, Aura spoke softly. "You are strong, Liam. You do not give up." Liam gave her a tired smile. "Maybe I'm just too stubborn." She touched the edge of the blanket she still kept close. "No, you care. That is strength." Outside, the wind howled. But inside the bunker, the 2 waited, ready for whatever came next. Because now, Earth had entered the game. The night sky above Pine Valley was no longer peaceful. In orbit above Earth, the secret group known as Project Soul Guard watched their screens closely. They had picked up Liam's short message, only 10 seconds long, full of static, but clear enough. "Unknown alien threat near Pine Valley. Require immediate contact. Not a joke." Inside the main command ship, Captain Mira Voss, a sharp, calm woman in a black uniform, stared at the signal. Her orders were clear. Investigate, make contact, and don't start a war. Send scout. Team to grid 6B, she said, and cloak the ship. Back in the bunker, Liam and Aura sat near the screen, watching the red dots spread across the map. The Zoran scouts were now moving in larger numbers. 10, 15, maybe more. "They're looking harder now," Liam said. Aura nodded. "They felt the pulse from the mines. They know someone is fighting back." Liam clenched his jaw. "Then we'll hit them harder." He stood and walked to the workbench. Using tools from both Earth and Aura's wrecked ship, he began building more traps. Aura helped. She worked fast, showing him how to make energy snares and silent grenades. They turned Liam's old barn into a battlefield as the sun rose the next day. Liam stood in the field behind his house. He could see small flashes of movement in the trees. Zorans, closer than ever. "We don't have long," he said. That afternoon, the wind picked up, but it wasn't natural wind. It was the arrival of something unseen. Above the trees, a Soul Guard stealth shuttle hovered quietly, then lowered into a clearing near the farm. The door opened, and 3 armored humans stepped out. One of them scanned the area, then spotted Liam standing near the barn holding the pulse rifle. "Target located," the soldier said. "Approaching." Liam raised his hands slowly. "Don't shoot. I sent the message." The team leader, a tall man with a calm voice, stepped forward. "Who are you?" "Liam Carter. I'm just a mechanic, but I found something." "Someone." The leader nodded. "We saw movement in orbit. Confirm alien presence?" "Yes. Her name is Aura. She's not a threat, but the ones chasing her are." As if on cue, Aura stepped out of the barn, still wrapped in the same blanket. Her glowing eyes watched the soldiers carefully. The team raised their weapons. "Identify! She's the one who sent the warning with me," Liam shouted. "She's not our enemy." The team leader held up a hand. "Stand down." He looked at Aura. "Do you speak?" Aura nodded. "Yes, I am Nirel. I bring warning. The Zoran are near. They hunt. They destroy." The soldier stared at her. "We've heard of the Zoran in old files, but we've never seen them this close to Earth." "They are here now," Aura said. "If Earth does not fight, Earth will fall." The team leader turned to his radio. "Captain Voss, we have contact. It's real. Alien girl confirms Zoran activity on Earth." A voice crackled in his ear. "Extract both. Protect the site. Prepare for counter-strike." Liam and Aura were brought inside the shuttle. Inside, the tech was advanced, far beyond what Liam had ever seen. Holograms floated in the air, and the walls glowed soft blue. Captain Mira Voss appeared on a screen. "Mr. Carter, Miss Era, welcome to Sol Guard. We've been watching the stars for a long time, but this is our first close encounter." Era nodded. "And it won't be the last. The Zoran know Earth is here now," Mira spoke firmly. "We'll make sure they regret finding us." Within hours, Sol Guard deployed 2 strike drones and a mobile command base to Liam's farm. Soldiers quietly spread into the trees, setting up defense points. Liam and Era stood near the bunker entrance, watching the operation. "You weren't lying," Liam said. "Earth isn't as helpless as I thought." Ara smiled softly. "I told you. You are different." That night, the first major wave hit. Zoran warriors, tall, armored creatures with sharp limbs and red eyes, charged through the trees. Plasma, fire lit up the forest, but Earth was ready. Sol Guard soldiers opened fire from hidden bunkers. Drones flew overhead, dropping stun bombs and energy nets. Liam, now wearing light body armor, used the pulse rifle to defend the left side of the field. Aura moved like lightning, dodging blasts, striking enemies with precision. She fought not just for survival, but to protect Liam, the one who gave her warmth. The battle lasted 30 minutes, and when it ended, the ground was littered with broken Zoran units. Only 2 humans were injured. None were lost. Liam sat on the ground, breathing hard. "We did it." Aura sat beside him. "This was only the start. Zoran will send more." Captain Voss joined them. "We've captured one of their communication drones. We can track their movements now." She looked at Era. "You've fought well. I'd like to offer you something. Stay with us. Help Earth prepare." Era looked at Liam. "What do you think?" Liam smiled. "I think Earth could use someone like you." She smiled back. "Then I stay?" 2 days later, Liam's farm was cleaned up. Sol Guard hid their base with cloaking tech. The world outside remained unaware, peaceful, but underground preparations had begun. Liam was given special clearance. He became Sol Guard's first civilian contact for alien diplomacy. Era joined the Tactical Research Unit, helping Earth understand alien tech and tactics. Together, they formed a new defense strategy. Late one evening, as the stars twinkled above the valley, Liam and Aura stood side by side, looking up. She held the old blanket close. "You changed my life, Liam. More than you know." He looked at her. "You changed mine too. I gave you warmth. You gave me purpose." She smiled. "The bond is real now, and in the sky, far beyond what normal humans could see, a small Zoran fleet turned away from Earth. Afraid. Because now, Earth had teeth, and the galaxy had just learned, don't mess with a species that gives kindness first, but hits back harder." The stars above Pine Valley looked peaceful again, but Liam knew peace was an illusion now. Below the calm sky, Earth was preparing for war. Inside a hidden Soul Guard command center, deep under Liam's family barn, scientists, soldiers, and alien. Tech experts worked around the clock. Monitors blinked, maps updated. Defense satellites moved into place, and in the middle of it all stood Ara, the alien girl Liam had once found shivering in a crashed ship. Now she wore a sleek black uniform marked with Soul Guard's symbol, a silver shield and a star. She stood tall beside Liam, no longer just a lost visitor. Now she was a warrior. Captain Mira Voss gathered everyone in the war room. The lights dimmed. A hologram of the Zoran fleet appeared in the center, a group of dark, sharp-edged ships moving slowly toward Earth's solar system. "They've stopped just beyond Mars," she said. "They're scanning, waiting, maybe planning a full invasion." Liam folded his arms. "How long do we have?" 3 days, maybe 4, Mira answered. "Unless we make the first move." Ara stepped forward. "They fear your world now. They didn't expect resistance. We must strike first, to show them Earth is not easy prey." The room went quiet. Liam looked around. "So what's the plan?" Mira smiled slightly. "We send a message." The next day, Soul Guard launched their newest ship, the Defiance, from a hidden hangar beneath the Arctic ice. It wasn't as big as a Zoran cruiser, but it was fast, silent, and fully equipped with new hybrid tech, some of it built using Ara's designs. Liam and Ara were both invited aboard, not just as guests, but as part of the mission team. As the ship rose into the sky, Liam looked out the window. Earth grew smaller behind them. He whispered, "I never thought I'd leave Earth like this." Ara stood beside him. "And I never thought I'd find a new home here." They both smiled. The Defiance reached Mars orbit in less than 8 hours. Hidden behind one of Mars's moons, the ship scanned the area. A Zoran scout ship patrolled. Nearby, Captain Voss turned to Liam. "We're not here to destroy that ship, just to send a warning," Ara added. "Zoran understand one thing: power." Liam nodded. "Then let's show them we have it." The team launched a small stealth drone toward the Zoran ship. It carried no weapons, only a message, "On board." The drone played a short video on repeat, a clip of the failed Zoran attack on Liam's farm, Soul Guard soldiers standing strong, Ara leading a counterattack. And finally, Liam holding the blanket, the same one he had given Ara on that first night. The message was simple. "You are not welcome here. Turn back. Earth fights for its own." The drone reached the Zoran ship and latched to its hull. 30 minutes passed. No response. Then, the Zoran ship turned. It didn't fire. It retreated. Back on Earth, celebrations broke out inside the command center. "We did it," Mira said, smiling. "We just told the galaxy, we don't bow." Ara looked at Liam. "They won't forget this," Liam chuckled. "Good." Later that evening, after returning to Earth, Liam stood outside the barn, staring at the stars again. Everything had changed. Soul Guard had offered him a job, full-time. He could help lead Earth's first alien contact unit, travel, learn, protect. But, for now, he just wanted to breathe. Ara joined him quietly. She wore her uniform, but the old blanket still hung around her shoulders like a soft cloak. It was a reminder of who she was, and what started it all. I was given a chance to leave Earth, she said. Liam looked at her. You're leaving? No, she replied, smiling. I told them I wanted to stay, here, with you. Liam's heart skipped. Why? Ara stepped closer. You gave me warmth when I had nothing. You didn't run. You didn't ask for anything in return. I found more than safety here. I found family. He smiled. Well, we do have room on the farm. She laughed softly. They both looked up at the sky. For once it felt quiet again. But they knew the quiet wouldn't last forever. Weeks passed. The world still didn't know the full truth. Solgard kept it secret, for now. But preparations continued. Earth was no longer blind to the stars. Liam helped train new recruits, teaching them what kindness looked like and what strength really meant. Ara worked with scientists, helping design new defense systems. She taught them about other species, about galactic law, about how to survive in the deep dark of space. Together, they had changed Earth's future, all because of a single moment in a frozen forest on a quiet night. One evening, a message arrived from deep space. It was not from the Zoran. It was from a peaceful alliance of smaller worlds, the Unity worlds. They had heard about Earth's stand against the Zoran. They were curious, interested, impressed, and they wanted to talk. Captain. Voss called it the beginning of a new chapter. Ara called it balance. Liam just called it hope. On the anniversary of the crash, Liam returned to the site where it all began. The ship's wreckage was long gone. Trees had started growing again. Snow covered the ground. He stood there holding the old blanket. Ara joined him. You kept it. He nodded. I thought about throwing it out once, but then I remembered. Everything started with this. She took his hand. They stood together in silence, letting the wind pass over them. It was cold, but not too cold. Not anymore, because now warmth was something they shared, and Liam finally understood what Ara meant on that first night. Kindness could be powerful. Kindness could change lives. Kindness could save worlds.